Well. The Cruiserweight Classic is finally over, and now it's time for me to actually talk about the thing in full detail, just like I planned. If you guys know by watching my channel by now, if you guys are new to this channel, welcome to the Chase Oliver channel, where I talk about wrestling mostly and some other sports on the side, mostly MMA and football when I find the time. But, you know, the Cruiserweight Classic, I always got asked by people, are you going to review every episode? Chase, are you going to watch a Cruiserweight Classic? Chase this, chase that. And it's like, you know, the Cruiserweight Classic to me, I was kind of like, yeah, I'll watch the episodes, but I wasn't going to review it because there's, to me, no point in reviewing or covering the Cruiserweight Classic, because for me as a wrestling fan, I know what I'm getting myself into when watching this type of thing. I know what I'm getting myself into. It's going to be a bunch of matches. It's going to be a bunch of flips. It's going to be a bunch of kicks. It's going to be in-ring only. So by now, I'm not like the hugest guy on like, oh, I love in-ring wrestling. In-ring wrestling is my thing. You guys know that by now. Hopefully you guys do. If you're new to this channel, just hope you know that's what I'm not into. I'm not into the whole in-ring aspect of wrestling. That's not why I got into professional wrestling. I got into professional wrestling by other means. Now, not to say that the show was bad or anything like that. I thought the Cruiserweight Classic final was actually fun to watch. I actually found myself enjoyed because I know what the Cruiserweight Classic was aimed for. At least it had a sense of direction, and at least it had an identity of what it is. It was supposed to showcase the 32 best cruiserweights in the world. But for me, as someone who likes to review shows from time to time, I didn't see a purpose in needing to review this show every week. I give credit to those who did review it every week. I don't know what else they could say without trying to get crucified on the Cruiserweight Classic, because it almost felt like you had to say every match on this show was fucking awesome. Otherwise, your video would get thumbs down, or you wouldn't be considered popular on YouTube because, or at least in the wrestling community, because you had to praise the Cruiserweight Classic. You had to love the Cruiserweight Classic. The Cruiserweight Classic was 10 out of 10. Do I feel like the Cruiserweight Classic was a success for the WWE? We'll get more into that a little bit later on in this video, for sure. We'll definitely talk about that because there's a lot of talking points to bring up from this Cruiserweight Classic. I say focus on the positives right now, but, you know, at the end of the day, the WWE is a business. And you got to look at the WWE sometimes as a business. And I feel sometimes people kind of get caught up into the whole in-ring aspect of the WWE, and they kind of get caught up with, oh, but it was so awesome for what we just saw. It's like you don't look long-term. You don't think long-term. You kind of just get stuck in the WWE bubble, kind of like WWE has a lot of their wrestlers stuck in the WWE bubble. But anyway, it's time to talk about the Cruiserweight Classic finals. A 2-hour live special. We had 4 matches tonight in these 2 hours. So all these 4 matches, they went pretty freaking long. So the first match, and rightfully so, because, you know, it's a semifinals match, it's a finals match. Those have to go long. You have to, like, hype this up as a big deal. So the first semifinals match that we got in the evening, Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Grand Metalik. And I'll say this about this match. This match started off at a fast pace, and it kept on going at a fast pace. And that's what I appreciate about it, was that it didn't slow down at random times for no reasons. It was like, hey, if we're going to wrestle fast, just wrestle fast. That's what I hate sometimes about certain matches in the WWE. It's like they'll start slow, then they'll pick up the pace way too fast, and then they'll go back to a slow pace that's not needed, and then end up being a finisher fest. This match was just nonstop action from start to finish. Was it a well-executed match? It's for you to debate, but this was a good match nonetheless. I had fun watching it, and Grand Metalik won out of the surprise of everyone on the IWC, because everyone thought Zack Sabre Jr. was going to win. And this led to a lot of bitching and moaning and bitching and moaning. And I'll get to that when I talk about the next semifinals match, about why fans should have been upset with the results that they got tonight. So Grand Metalik is moving on forward to the finals. The next semifinals match, we got TJ Perkins taking on Kota Ibushi. This match was insane. Ibushi is arguably one of the top talents in the world today when it comes to in-ring style professional wrestling. Kota Ibushi, if he's not on your list of like top 10 current in-ring wrestlers, you don't know what you're talking about. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. His facials are great. Just love watching Ibushi wrestle. Like after this match, like I'm going to be dead serious. After this stream, I'm going to watch Nakamura and Ibushi from like 2 years ago, man. That match was insane. From like the Tokyo Dome show that they had on January 4th. Oh, I'm going to watch that match again, man, because dude, Ibushi, he killed it in this match with TJ Perkins. Both TJ Perkins and Ibushi killed it. The one complaint I have with this match, really, to be honest here, is that TJ Perkins kicked out of Ibushi's powerbomb. He kicked out the golden powerbomb. And I was all like, wow. Who knew TJ Perkins was the John Cena of the Cruiserweight division? I never give up. I'm homeless. I got to win. Who knew? I didn't know. Did you guys know? Fuck. Kicking out of TJ Perkins is TJ Perkins Kota Ibushi's powerbomb. Are you for real, TJ Perkins? Who knew? So yeah, TJ Perkins ended up winning after doing an inverted STF. That's what I saw it as. He had the knee lock on, and then he did the under the chin. So I just call it an inverted STF. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So he wins after that. Ibushi taps out, and everyone was all shocked. And me sitting here, I wasn't really that shocked. I was kind of disappointed because I really wanted to see Ibushi in the finals, even though I knew he wasn't on a WWE deal. I really wanted to just see Ibushi in the finals, just so that way he could put over whoever was going to be in the finals, because I felt like an Ibushi loss would have been more big time if it was in the finals than in the semifinals, just randomly thrown in there. I mean, yeah, upsets and everything like that, but if you want to go for upsets on a tournament favorite, you either do it not in the semifinals, you either do it like in the quarter, maybe the second round, or the actual finals. Like the semifinals upset, it's kind of like, whatever, it's not really that big of a deal. But this led to a lot of fans being upset because Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi didn't win. As we all know, Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi did not sign WWE contracts or deals, while Grand Metalik and TJ Perkins, I believe they did. And so pretty much a lot of fans were upset, saying, oh my God, how could they not have Sabre Jr. versus Kota Ibushi in the finals? Oh my God, like they were just bitching and moaning. And later on in the night, it was very clear why they weren't in the finals. It was 100% crystal clear why these two weren't in the finals. But beforehand, before we got that news, it was like the fans in the IWC were bitching and moaning. Yet when the WWE does something for you guys still find a way to bitch and moan. Great in-ring matches. All I hear, like from the major complaints from the IWC, is that we want great in-ring action. We want great fucking matches. And it's like, two of your favorites didn't win, and you start pissing and moaning like, this is not fair. This is not what I wanted. It's like, oh my God. Spoiled little children. Just be happy that we got some good matches out of it. Like, holy crap. I mean, seriously, like Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi made it to the semifinals, and they weren't on WWE deals. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. And I don't think WWE was all like, oh, we ought to sign these guys last minute. I'm pretty sure they've been offering them contracts for the past 10 weeks. If they denied it, they denied it. And WWE was really so petty with the guys like Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr., these guys would have been freaking jobbed out in the quarterfinals. Let's be real here. Let's keep it 100. They would have had these guys lose a long time ago. So really, to be honest here, what's the big deal? Why is it so upsetting that Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. did not win? The fact they made it to the semifinals is a big deal. And not only that, we always like to talk about, well, we got to get more guys over. Here are guys like Grand Metalik and TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins' his really only claim to fame was that he was manic in TNA for a good cup of coffee. He was under the suicide mask just like Christopher Daniels and Cass. Here's Grand Metalik, who, let's face it, when he was running CMLL, when he was the CMLL welterweight champion, it didn't really matter anymore because Mystico already was on his way out of the CMLL company. Mystico wasn't the big star like he used to be. Because I always say this about the original Sin Cara, aka Mystico. People don't realize this. People don't believe me when I say this, but it's the fact. Mystico was white hot when he was the top guy of CMLL. And then when he left, CMLL got hurt. CMLL hasn't recovered since Mystico has left that company. Now he's back with that company, but it's not the same. AAA has taken over CMLL in Mexico in so many ways, with also the Lucha Underground that they had. How can you people sit here and tell me that WWE not trying to push their own guys, the WWE having it where you want to get a guy over like Grand Metalik and a guy like TJ Perkins over? What's wrong with that? I don't see no problem. I see it as a good thing. Yeah, you want to protect your own guys. Why would you want to put over a guy that is not going to be there long term? Just being real here. Why would you want to put over a guy that's not going to be here long term? I mean, Zack Sabre Jr., he's going to get signed eventually. Like I said, they wouldn't let him in the semifinals if they didn't think that, oh, maybe we can get this guy one day. Ibushi, like, apparently from Draven G, is that he's a freelancer. I guess he just does whatever the heck he wants. So really, to be honest here, WWE made the right move, because in the hardcore wrestling circle, Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. have bigger names than Grand Metalik, and yes, even TJ Perkins. I know everyone's going to disagree with me and think TJ Perkins is probably a bigger name, but let's face it. You only remember TJ Perkins for that cup of coffee that he had in TNA. Much of you guys probably never heard of Grand Metalik until the tournament itself. Let's be real here. I only remembered Grand Metalik because I said, whoa, this guy wrestles similar. He reminds me of a Mexican wrestler I knew. And then I looked him up and I said, oh, shit, it's him. I just didn't recognize him. He got bigger. So, yeah, I don't know why people were upset. I don't get the frustration. I don't get why people are mad. And later in the night, they kind of gave a reason why those two weren't in the finals. And I felt, oh, shit, it makes all sense now. All the wheels are back together. This is why they weren't in the finals. So that's all I have to say about that. Moving on forward now, the next match that we got of the evening was a tag team match. Noam Dar and Cedric Alexander taking on DIY, a.k.a. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And really, to be honest here, if you've seen an Ring of Honor tag team match, this is the match that you got. I'm just being dead serious here. This is the match you got. If you've seen Ring of Honor, any type of Ring of Honor tag team match, there you go. It was on WWE TV. Awesome. Sweet. Not trying to say the match was bad or anything, and Ring Action was good, but, you know, it was just a Ring of Honor tag team match. It wasn't like groundbreaking shit. Like, I saw people on Twitter freaking out. I was like, have y'all never watched Ring of Honor before? Like seriously, sometimes like some wrestling fans, they confuse me, man. They talk about, oh man, you gotta expand your horizons, Chase. You gotta stop just watching WWE. Like they don't know I watch other wrestling, or I used to watch other wrestling back in the day. It's just that I found more hobbies than wrestling. Like I watch football, I watch other shit. I don't have time to watch Ring of Honor or this company or that company or this company and that company. Is like, I don't have time to watch all this shit. It's just, I have my own things that I want to watch. I just choose to watch WWE and TNA for a few people because I know when they're going to be on and I'll have time to watch them. I don't have time to go watch 3 hours of ROH PPV where I know most of the matches are going to be the same and feel the same, and Jay Lethal is still going to be world champion and everything like that. Don't have time for it. So, yeah. But then later on, we got to the final matchup. And before the final matchup, oh boy. This was my mark out moment. Just being dead honest here. I saw Triple H come out. Praise God. The game was coming out. And he was here to make a big announcement. And he was taking away all the thunder that these guys had. Man, Grand Metalik and freaking TJ Perkins just had upsets over the two favorites in this tournament. Who else to suck up all that fucking heat they had than Triple H? Praise God. You want to know why Triple H is a superstar? Because he does that, man. He makes sure no one gets to keep their heat. He makes sure that he's the one that's loved at the end of the day. And boy, did Triple H get all the love, damn it. So Triple H goes, pretty much hypes these dudes up as the best as Triple H can. And he pretty much says, and then this guy, the winner of this match, will be the first Cruiserweight champion of Monday Night Raw. And it was like, oh my God, oh, Triple H, oh, thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Hunter. Y'all just drinking in the Triple H Kool-Aid. Y'all just keep drinking it in, man. Y'all keep praising that ego. Keep praising that ego. Praise God. But whatever, man. So Triple H announces the Cruiserweight Championship. And my thoughts on the belt design, I like it to some extent because it looks like a belt like lightweight boxers would hold. Like if you guys ever watched boxing before, it kind of looks like a boxing belt, to be honest here. So I like the design. I just don't like the purple strap because it like, and also the silver title plates, because it literally looks like the Brother Nero TNA Immortal Heavyweight Championship. It literally looks the same. And I don't care if people are like, oh no, Chase, you can't look at it like that. It's a Cruiserweight Classic. It's hot. No, it looks exactly like that. It looks like they just asked Brother Nero if they could borrow his immortal title, and they just took off his face on it and just slapped on some WWE stuff on it. It was just, like, that's just to me. That's just me. But like I said, the actual setting of it is cool because it looks like a boxing championship, and it's not like every other belt. It's not like a giant W. It doesn't look like the world title or the women's titles. So at least it has its own unique look. Watch SmackDown in a couple weeks bring in a yellow cruiserweight title because I don't know. I don't know why I think yellow. Maybe yellow is just the opposite of purple. Who knows? But the idea of it. But when it comes down to it, that this cruiserweight final matchup, someone kind of led up to it on a tweet. They tweeted me saying that like kind of this match was kind of because Ibushi or Sabre Jr. weren't in this match to kind of put that other guy over, which I kind of agreed with, that if Ibushi and Sabre Jr. were both in, or at least one of them were in this match, that it would have really helped the guy that was going to win the Cruiserweight Championship. So, yeah. But when it came down to it, that this match right here, honestly, not as good as Ibushi versus TJ Perkins. It was a fine Cruiserweight final. It felt like it went long, just for the sake of, hey, we're crowning a new Cruiserweight champion. Hey, we're going for the Cruiserweight Classic. We need these guys to go as long as they can. And it was just like, you know, there were some highlights to this match, like, God dang, Grand Metalik, dude. TJ Perkins was on the apron, and Grand Metalik clears the freaking apron. Freaking Hurricanrana's Frankensteiners him onto the outside. I was like, God dang. This guy right here, man, is pretty good. I was hoping Grand Metalik would win. I thought he was going to win. I mean, shit. How could you blame me? He has a mask. He's Hispanic. I mean, WWE is missing a Hispanic star right now. They need to sell some masks. Why not have this guy win? I thought he was going to win for sure, but ultimately, TJ Perkins, after like the third fucking knee bar, ends up making Grand Metalik tap out. TJ Perkins is now your new Cruiserweight champion. And it kind of was just kind of like you just sat there and you were just like, a little bit disappointed at the result because you're just sitting there and you're just like, really? TJ Perkins won? Huh. And I get why WWE chose him. Good-looking kid. Has a great backstory. He was homeless, guys. He was homeless. He never gives up. I don't give up on anyone. You don't have balls, Jack. You know? Homeless. He never gives up. He keeps his last key around his neck. You know, great backstory. You can sell that to the children, to the kids. Baby face. He has like a nice little face and everything like that. Sasha Banks and Bayley were like fighting for him backstage. It was cute. He's a cute guy. Get it, but it just felt kind of like underwhelming. You were just kind of like, really, TJ Perkins won, huh? Like, especially when you look at the cast of characters like Jack Gallagher, Noam Dar, Cedric Alexander, Kota Ibushi, and freaking Grand Metalik in this match. You'd think one of them would win it. But it's like the babyface, the white meat kind of boring WWE type of guy wins it. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. I wasn't really that impressed with TJ Perkins in this tournament. Of all the guys, I thought he was kind of standard at best. I thought a lot of guys made him look a lot good. Like, I swear to God, in this finals, I was like, Grand Metalik looked 10 times better than TJ Perkins did. And this is not me hating on TJ Perkins. I actually think TJ Perkins is a fine worker. It's just that it's funny when it comes down to, like, when people talk about, oh, who are WWE type of guys and everything like that. TJ Perkins is like the epitome of what a WWE guy is, except he's not 230 pounds or he's not 6'5". You know, he's just a smaller WWE guy. He's bland, very boring, has a story. Oh, Rich Swann, yeah, Rich Swann too. I forgot about him, Draven G. I won't forget about him. But bland, kind of boring, has like a little backstory that a lot of people kind of get behind and connect. He's like the little underdog that could. I don't know. Just not impressed. Grand Metalik, at least he's a character. It's like, oh shit, little Rey. Like, yeah, everyone's gonna be like, oh look, they gave it to the Mexican because he can be like Rey Mysterio. But it's like, shit, masks cost more than t-shirts and sell just as well. I don't know. TJ Perkins, to me, he's just kind of like an odd winner. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be all like, Chase, how come you didn't mention Zack Sabre Jr. as one of the great characters? I honestly don't know what people see in Zack Sabre Jr. Maybe I'm just blind to this or whatever. Maybe I just don't get it. But I just don't see anything in Zack Sabre Jr. Like, his matches just look weird and off-putting to me because they just scream fake. Just the stuff that he does with the other opponent's body limbs and everything like that, it just feels so fake. And the thing is with Zack Sabre Jr., if he was a little bit more muscular and a little bit more bigger, yeah, I could believe that he has this insane grip strength that can freaking make people turn their bodies like that. But he's so skinny and goofy looking that it just looks awkward seeing him do the moves. And sometimes I just feel like he's not that smooth in transition. But Zack Sabre Jr. was not my least favorite guy in this tournament. Ho Ho Lin was my least favorite guy. I get it, WWE. He's from China. China's very big. You want to get into that Chinese market, but god dang, this guy looked like he was 10 years old trying to wrestle with men out there, man. 10 years old trying to wrestle with men out there, man. Like, I do not know what Ho Ho Lin's business was in this tournament. I don't know how he got so far. Actually, my favorite and standout of this tournament was Cedric Alexander. Wasn't really a big Cedric Alexander fan in ROH, to be honest with you. Not just me. I just didn't really like him in ROH. But, man, in this tournament, he delivered on his 2 matches that he had, in my personal opinion. I thought Cedric Alexander was just great in this tournament, man. Thought he did a good job, man. Like, him and Ibushi was definitely my favorite match in the tournament, second to Tommaso Ciampa, and my second favorite was Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. So, like, those were my favorite in the tournament. Guys that surprised the hell out of me in this tournament, Jack Gallagher. I didn't think that this guy was anything, but when I saw him, I really liked what he brought to the table. He actually looked like what Zack Sabre Jr. should be. Like, if Zack Sabre Jr. was like Jack Gallagher size, I could believe that Zack Sabre Jr. could do that shit to everyone's body limbs and everything like that. But Jack Gallagher, the sky's the limit for this guy. Like, I'm not saying the guy's going to be world champion and he's going to dominate WWE, but what I'm talking about, the sky's the limit of just being a good character for the WWE, to be a good piece to the puzzle. I say this a lot of times in my reviews, and I just say it so fans can kind of understand what I come from, is that not everyone needs to be a top-end main event level talent. You can be considered a main event guy and be in the undercard or even the mid-card status. That's how the Attitude Era succeeded and how the Golden Era succeeded, and somewhat to the Ruthless Aggression Era, how that succeeded as well. Not everyone in that Ruthless Aggression Era that you liked were main event guys. Just like not everyone in this era needs to be a main event guy. Sometimes WWE just forces them in that position. But Jack Gallagher, he really surprised the hell out of me. I really was surprised of Jack Gallagher because, like, I don't follow the independents as close as I used to, but I really was surprised when Jack Gallagher in this tournament. I thought, man, this guy, he has something. I don't know what it is, why I like him, and why I think he's good, but he has something. He has it. What is that it? Well, we got to ask Chris Jericho on that one, but he does have something that makes you want to actually watch him. Tozawa's a good pick too, yeah. Tozawa, he was all right to me. Like, he's a good pick, but he was all right to me. But yeah, Jack Gallagher. I thought Jack Gallagher was one of the better ones, to me. So Cedric Alexander, Jack Gallagher surprised the fuck out of me. Like I said, I wasn't a big Cedric fan in Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor. But overall, what I thought about the Cruiserweight Classic as a whole and just like in general was that I felt that this was a decent venture in the WWE, and I get why WWE did it. I just felt kind of like, what was the point? And this is where Chase gets all negative, and this is where all the hardcore fans are going to disagree with me because, oh my God, Chase, how dare you? But as good as it was for WWE to find these talents and get them some notoriety that they'll be wrestling this Cruiserweight Classic. Oh, you wrestled underneath the WWE banner. Great job and everything like that. It was like, to me, I just sit there and I say to myself, this was kind of a waste of time. I hate to say it, but it was, because like I just look at the Cruiserweight division and I just don't see the point of it. Then it's just like, it's okay for these guys to do high-flying spots and matches. Because in today's wrestling, in today's world of wrestling, our main eventers are basically cruiserweights. AJ Styles, who I absolutely love, by the way, is our WWE World Champion. Cruiserweight in the old days. Seth Rollins, going for the WWE Championship right now, or the Universal Championship, is a cruiserweight back in the old days. And so for me personally, I just look at this and I just say, like, the WWE just kind of did this for a short term, hey, buy the network, see what the network's all about, tricked people into buying the network, or hopefully you guys didn't get tricked to buying the network. Like, look, I'm a network subscriber because I watch other stuff on there. I like watching the older stuff in good quality. That's just my personal preference. But I just kind of feel like the Cruiserweight thing was just all about kind of just like getting people to get tricked into buying the network and everything like that, and just like saying, hey, we're making some positive change. Well, we know that this is not really going to be that much of a change. I mean, look at who won the Cruiserweight Classic, TJ Perkins. Does TJ Perkins scream anything different than a bland WWE babyface? No, he doesn't. He really does scream, hey, I'm a bland WWE babyface. But the backstory, Chase, cool. Pretty sure other wrestlers have to live in their cars or do other things in their lives too. I mean, really, to be honest here, the only good thing about the Cruiserweight Classic was that, as Straight Shooter said, is that it gave some of these talents exposure, and that, you know, we got some good matches out of it. That's one of the only good things I could think about it. But at the end of the day, to me, when I look at the Cruiserweight Classic and when I go back to think about it, I just say that pretty much you just had a bunch of guys go out there and wrestle, and at the end of the day, they're going to come to the main roster, and they ain't really going to do that much. And a lot of these guys being labeled as cruiserweights kind of just hurts them in the future, because sooner or later, some guy in the cruiserweight division is going to impress the hell out of everyone, and everyone will want that guy to get a push, and then it's going to be like, then why is there a cruiserweight division if this guy can go to the heavyweight division like it's nothing? And don't compare it to TNA, where it's like, well, the X division and option C. No. X division has always been no weight limits. It's not about weight limits. It's about no limits. Cruiserweight division is based off one division. If you're part of the Cruiserweight division, you stay in the Cruiserweight division, because the same complaint happened when Rey Mysterio won the world title. Even though Rey Mysterio was a legit draw, a legit guy for the company, oh my God, dude. If you guys were part of the IWC back then, like, and you know, there was no YouTube at the time when Rey Mysterio winning the world title. Like, YouTube was just barely starting out, I would believe. But it was just like when Rey Mysterio won the freaking world title, oh my God, message boards blew up. They couldn't believe it. They said, how dare WWE give a cruiserweight the world title, even though Rey Mysterio had a legit gripe, unlike most people who have legit gripes winning the title. You know, Daniel Bryan had a legit gripe at winning the title. I mean, he was a draw. He was making money for the company. There's a difference. Just because, oh, well, this guy's wrestling good, we got to like him. It's like, cool, you can like him, but he doesn't need to be world champion. Rey Mysterio was like a legit draw, legit babyface, legit money maker, legit merch mover. He was legit. But then it's going to be like when we watch this, and then some cruiserweight, I'm just going to throw a name, for example. Let's just throw TJ Perkins, one of WWE's Wonder Children or whatever, when it starts wrestling all these 5-star cruiserweight matches on pay-per-views or special events, whatever they call them. Everyone's going to sit there and be like, TJ Perkins needs to be world champ. Guys, TJ Perkins. And it's going to be like, well, what's TJ Perkins doing in the grand scheme of things for this business that makes him deserve to be world champ? He's wrestling good matches. So does Seth Rollins. So does Kevin Owens, AJ Styles. Hell, even John Cena's now wrestling good matches. Why is it that if he's wrestling good matches, he needs to be the world champ? I never understood that logic. Oh, well, they wrestle better. Who cares? Like, seriously, who the fuck cares? I care. Well, I don't. Well, you're stupid. How am I stupid? It's my opinion, just like it's your opinion. So, just being honest here, when it comes down to it, I ultimately feel like the Cruiserweight division and the Cruiserweight Classic, it's kind of something that's mixed with me, because I'm not a big fan of the Cruiserweight division coming back in today's WWE, mainly because most of the wrestlers wrestling out on the top nowadays, especially that are the main eventers, are cruiserweights. I mean, Finn Balor is a cruiserweight. Finn Balor is a cruiserweight. Y'all do realize that, right? Y'all do realize Finn Balor is a cruiserweight, right? Yeah, he won a world championship. Just let that sink in there. Let that sink in there. But overall, the Cruiserweight Classic, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's good for the talent. It's good that WWE maybe got some subscribers out of this. It's good that we got good matches. But on the other hand, in the long term of things, how much does it really change the WWE landscape? How much does it really change WWE as a whole? That's questions you got to think about here. Pretty sure other YouTubers, other reviewers are like, oh man, 10 out of 10 Cruiserweight Classic. Cruiserweight Classic was amazing. They're right to think that. I just think differently. Ruben Suarez asks, who won? TJ Perkins won. He's now the new WWE Cruiserweight champion. Oh, yeah, you guys can ask questions now pertaining to Cruiserweight Classic, Raw, SmackDown, and that's it. because I didn't review Raw or SmackDown this week. So if you guys have any thoughts about what I thought about both of those shows, just let me know. And you guys can ask more like Clash Champion stuff too. But if you go anything off of that, I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to be dead honest here. Because like what I hate doing is like after I do the reviews is when my Q&A starts becoming like an actual Q&A. And it's like, this has nothing to do with the topic. I want to at least keep it with the topic. So. Let's see. What questions do we have? How bad was Raw? Pretty bad. Not going to lie. Thought it was boring to watch. Thought the main event was a waste of time. Did nothing. TJ Perkins won the title, Ruben. I said he's now the Cruiserweight title champion. He wrestles like a vanilla midget out there. Oh, is that Rebecca Olsen, Zack Sabre Jr.? Well, because Zack Sabre Jr., he has that technical skills, Rebecca. Don't you see Zack Sabre Jr.'s technical skills? Oh, look at what he's doing to the arm. Like, I don't get it either, Rebecca. I don't understand the appeal of Zack Sabre Jr. How good was that Cena and Ambrose segment to open up SD? Pretty damn good. Cena was freaking hilarious in that. Like, oh god, Cena's a savage on the microphone now. And then I wrestling fans once again spinning everything and everything like that. They're like, oh, Cena's turning heel, guys. He's gonna turn heel. Why would they turn John Cena heel when he's going to be going to do a Fox show where he's helping fat people lose weight? I swear, sometimes wrestling fans don't think. They're just like, oh, you said that thing. Cena's being edgy. He's turning heel. It's like, Cena can be edgy. It's not that big of a freaking deal. Everyone's like, oh, who cares? Let Cena be edgy for once. Yeah, Flame Gaming TV. Like Flame Gaming TV said, if anything, Ambrose is going to turn heel. Like, exactly. Why would they turn Cena heel? Cena's going to be doing a TV show where he's helping fat people lose weight. Oh, well, let's turn the guy that's doing all the charity work for us and making fat people lose weight into a heel, because that's best for business. Did you guys not notice when Cena was edgy and everything? The fans were chanting, Cena, Cena, Cena. So WWE, all you have to do is just make Cena more edgy, and there you go. You don't need to turn him heel to be edgy. Stone Cold wasn't a heel. God damn, I swear, wrestling fan. I swear, that's why sometimes it's so weird being a wrestling fan. It's just like, sometimes I just wonder if wrestling fans think before they talk or type or speak or whatever, because everyone's like, Flame Gaming TV says, I wonder if the Cruiserweight title will be defended at Clash of Champions. Probably so. We'll get a TJ Perkins promo, him coming out there, be like, guys, I was homeless, had this key around my neck. But this title, it means everything to me, and I'm just so happy. And then someone will come out, interrupt him, and say, I'm going to make you homeless again, and we're going to have to care because we don't want TJ Perkins to be homeless. And he'll be like, you know what? I'm a fighting champion, so at Clash of Champions, I'm going to defend this belt so I won't be homeless. And it's like, whatever. Who is better, Raw or SmackDown? As shit in the ring as Cena is, I can't complain about him on the mic. Nah, Cena's one of the better mic workers. Flaming Game TV says they'll turn TJ Perkins sooner than later. Yeah, because like I said, he's vanilla as hell. He's boring as hell. What do you think of the new title on SmackDown? Which new title? There's two of them. I don't like both of them. I think it's stupid to have a bunch of women's titles and tag team titles running amok. But they are showing a lot of confidence. Ambrose putting in a program with Cena and AJ, two of the best. Well, yeah, they should. I mean, I thought AJ Styles kicked out the promo pretty damn well. That AJ Styles is so much of a better talker than he was in TNA. I don't know what happened. Like, seriously, in TNA, even during his heel runs in TNA, he was, like, goofy and dumb. Like, he was such a bad talker then. And I don't know what it is, like, what WWE did to him, but AJ Styles is so much of a better talker. And don't say, oh, he was like this in New Japan. New Japan, he was still stale. This, at least I get coherent thoughts about. Maybe AJ Styles works better with scripted promos. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Maybe they just tell AJ, go out there and just say random shit. Because he's just so much of a better talker now. They showed confidence in Ambrose by giving him a 2-month title reign. LOL. That's better than most people. Remember, like, Reigns' first title reign was what, 3 weeks? Reigns' last title reign was only like 2 months too. So, that's pretty good. Do you like the CWC title, the Cruiserweight title? It looks like a boxing belt, but I don't like the purple strap or the silver because it reminds me of the Brother Nero belt. James Ellsworth's greater than Dolph Ziggler. What if TJ Perkins faces Neville's at night at Clash of Champions? Then Neville hits a red arrow, wins the title in 30 seconds. How mad would the IWC be that they ruin a great match? I think that the IWC would be happy because the IWC don't like TJ Perkins as much. I'm actually on Team IWC on this one. It's weird. Like, it's so weird to be with them for once. Like, they're mad at TJ Perkins for other reasons. They're like, he didn't catch Grand Metalik. He bust out his moves. He beat all my shavers in the Cruiserweight title. And I'm just like, he's bland and boring. Like, seriously, TJ Perkins, it's so like, I was homeless, guys. Feel bad for me. Like, who cares? I know homies that are homeless right now. Should I feel bad for them? No, it's your fault that you lost all that money. I never gave up, though. I believed in my dream. I believe in my dream, guys. Believe in TJ Perkins. Was he suicide or manic? He was both. He was suicide and manic, and then they changed the name from suicide. I forgot who changed the name. I think it was Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was like, you know what, brother? You're no longer suicide, dude. You're a manic. It was just because Austin Aries stole his costume to win the X Division title. Apparently, Perkins is a men's right activist and tweets about it. That's why internet fans hate him so much. He also fights with internet fans a lot too, and I figured that WWE would like him because, like, I remember one time it was like we got Randy Orton versus John Cena, and this guy was defending it to like Thai Kingdom Come, how great it is that we get to see John Cena and Randy Orton wrestle for like so many times. Like, he could watch this match 1,000 times over. Maybe he was playing politics back then. JJ Suicide theme song. Suicide, come to life. Yeah. That one. Who does the theme song? What do you think about the Universal title? Looks like an Eva Marie custom title. Rollins versus Reigns, next Cena versus Orton. Agree? Yes. Joe James, I said that to so many people. And Joe James, like always, when I say it to people, no one listens. I don't get it. I get it. I don't have the biggest YouTube following. I don't have the biggest Twitter following. Like I said, I only do YouTube as a hobby and everything like that. I just do this for fun. But when I say shit, listen. Don't try to like argue this with me. Listen sometimes. I'm 85% correct on a lot of shit I said. Like I remember, who did I tell? I think I told this to Lex, man, that Reigns and Rollins is the next Cena and Orton. He disagreed with me. He was like, no, it's Cena Reigns. I was like, what the fuck? And then I named the Golden Children, and everyone was doubting me on these Golden Children. Like, everyone's like, Triple H doesn't like Finn Balor. Triple H doesn't like Kevin Owens. And look at this shit. Kevin Owens, Universal Champ. Finn Balor was a Universal Champ. Seth Rollins still shoved down our throats. Reigns shoved down our throats. Charlotte, definitely shoved down our throats. Like, I know shit. If I know anything about current WWE, it's because I'm a big Triple H fan. And for some reason, whatever Triple H is thinking, him and I, we just have same thoughts. We just think the same. I know what Triple H is thinking because I've watched his bullshit for so many years. Do not doubt me when it comes to Triple H booking. Do not doubt me when it comes to what the King of Kings is fucking thinking about. I know. I definitely know. So, yeah. A great gimmick would be the anti-IWC character, have him wearing a Reigns shirt to the ring during Cena Orton or Reigns matches, have him mark out in the front row of the fans. I think take Orton out of the equation because Orton is now becoming a better. IWC is kind of warming up to Randy Orton, so like kind of just like Cena, Reigns, and who else is like an IWC like that the IWC just hates. They're just like, oh fuck this guy that's in the main event. Yeah, not really anyone. They're getting all their guys on the main event. I joked about it on Twitter. Like, I'm so excited for Tyler Black and Kevin Steen for the ROH title next Sunday. Like, goddamn. Didn't Suicide debut in the TNA video games? Asked Draven G. Yes, he did. You played at Suicide. LAX beat you up. You lost your memory, and you went through the ranks to get back. Ruben Soros, I want to see Brock Lesnar versus Care Bear. Yuck. W. Hill, how awesome would it be if God won the Cruiserweight after TJ Perkins won it? And wouldn't it make sense, but it would be awesome to twist and watch this vanilla midget fest. I honestly wanted Triple H to do that, where he came out and said, and now this match is a triple threat. And then he just pedigrees both of these losers, and he just holds the Cruiserweight title. He's like, I'm the Cruiserweight champion. And we get like Triple H segments where he's trying to lose weight and he changes like the weight limit or something like that. That'd be great. 10 out of 10. Triple H was my markout moment tonight. Rollins equals Sasha, everyone's favorite. Reigns equals Charlotte, the one that shoved down our throats. Dean equal Becky, that third wheel that's loved by fans. Well, Dean until now, yeah. Ambrose lost a lot of his fans because fans started to wake up and realize that he's not that good in the ring. Like, they're like, oh, Dean Ambrose sucks in the ring. Jesus, I was saying this like for a year now. But like I said before, Joe James, they don't listen. Say shit. No one fucking listens. And then later on, it's like 8 months after the fact, it's like people start saying it. Like, I swear to God, if there's one thing I want credit for, is whenever someone steals the Golden Children, because I already know there's going to be some YouTuber that probably watching me, or some bigger YouTuber, or someone's going to tweet it out. Someone's going to tweet out something about the Golden Children, like, oh, these are the Golden Children of the WWE. And then I'm going to sit here and be like, I said that. Like, before it even happened. Like, when I made the Golden Children list, I'll tell you guys when I made this list. It was after the NXT takeover where Finn Balor lost to Samoa Joe, because I was waiting to see how Finn Balor would lose, because I knew Balor was going to lose, but I didn't know how. And Balor lost after taking 2 muscle busters, and that right there was Triple H protective booking. And so I said, there's my list. The 5 Golden Children of the WWE: Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Charlotte, and Kevin Owens. Those are the 5 Golden Children. No one believed me. And then look at that. On Raw, the show that Triple H is going to be featured on the most, guess who got drafted to Raw? All 5 of the Golden Children. Huh. And then look at who's getting all the fucking push. Golden Children. Huh. So I swear to God, whoever steals the Golden Children from me, y'all better give me credit. I guess Jericho doesn't hit the weight mark for the cruiserweight anymore. Nah, he doesn't. He's too fat. Joe James says he's a Dean fan, but Roman's reign, pun intended, was better than Dean's by far. They go both the way. Thoughts on Raw getting a 1.88 rating? It was expected. I mean, Monday Night Football was coming back. I mean, it's no excuse. WWE shouldn't be getting that type of rating in a sense. But, like, it was kind of expected because, like, Backlash just happened. How many fans really were, like, that excited for Raw afterwards? I mean, you're more excited for SmackDown than you are Raw. And then afterwards, it was just kind of like you knew what was going to happen. Like, Raw was very predictable. Like, there was no reason to watch the show. Like, I didn't watch it until this morning, actually. Like, I watched SmackDown last night when I got home from work. But I had Raw DVR'd, and I literally was going to go watch Raw right afterwards. But then I said, fuck this shit, man. I went to bed. I was like, nah, man, I can't. I already watched an hour and a half of wrestling. I ain't going to go watch 2.5 hours of this crap, because if you fast forward to commercials, it's only really like 2.5 hours. So, like, Raw was just kind of like a predictable show. Like, you didn't need to watch it. And like I said, Monday Night Football was back, so that kind of hurt it a little bit. You got the copyright dead, Chase LO, the Golden Shirt, and you have to but someone is going to steal that eventually. Yeah, I know. And I hope you guys, the loyal Chase Oliver fans, all come into my defense and be like, stop stealing that Chase Oliver 68 shit. Ruben says, WWE has to bring the heavyweight title. They have the heavyweight title. It's on SmackDown. It's called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Lemmy TV says, Rey Mysterio should come back and work with these guys, although I'm not sure he's a cruiserweight anymore because he's such a Roddy McRoyd. Yeah, no, Ray's not a cruiserweight anymore. That dude's walking around at like 220, man. I swear to God, Ray got jacked. Like, if y'all don't follow Ray on Instagram, holy shit, he has to be on steroids, man, because he's jacked now. It's ridiculous how big he is. And also, I think Ray, like, honestly, there's a couple guys I would like to see him work with, but he doesn't really wrestle like the cruiserweight style anymore. He kind of wrestles like fat boy, like like you can tell a lot of Ray's athletic. Like, Ray's still very athletic. I'm not trying to say Ray has lost any athletic, like, as like Ray's no longer athletic, but he's a little bit slower. He's not as athletic. Like, you know, all those knee surgeries and age has caught up to him. Like, I just don't see Rey Mysterio putting on a lot of great matches or even good matches with these guys. Like, the last good Rey Mysterio match to me was probably his one with Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 27. You can also make the argument that Over the Limit match that he had with CM Punk. But other than that, like, to be honest here, Rey Mysterio doesn't put on good matches. Thoughts on Jinder Mahal's gimmick? Didn't see that shit. To me, by far, Ray's a guy that gets way too much shape for little to nothing. Yeah, it just happens, though. I mean, WWE kind of fucked him up because they put him in the number 30 at the Daniel Bryan Royal Rumble that Daniel Bryan wasn't in. Who won WCW and was it worth watching? CWC, TJ Perkins, a.k.a. Manic, won Weston. And is it worth watching if you like in-ring action? In-ring action, yeah. Mr. Juicy asks, is Triple H's Golden Children the new Breakfast Club? Psh! Mr. Juicy, the Golden Children wish they were the Breakfast Club. Let's be 100% real here. The Golden Children are nowhere near the Breakfast Club. They don't even go to catering with the Breakfast Club. Okay? That's the thing. The Golden Children are just Triple H's little babies that Triple H is molding into quote-unquote superstars. And yeah, you know, Charlotte's there too, but so that way he can get a payday out of. I mean, Charlotte he's going to get payday out of because Charlotte's such a physical specimen that you would want her in advertisements and stuff like that. But all the Triple H Golden Children are there for is to help Triple H prove a point and to show Vince that, hey, I make real stars. Look at all these guys. The Golden Children are not Breakfast Club. Like, the Golden Children can boss around all the other losers in the locker room. But when it comes down to John Cena, Randy Orton, I don't know, Sheamus really still in there? I guess. I mean, maybe they have control over Sheamus, but Batista, oh, hell no. The Golden Children do not even fucking compare to those men. Get the hell out of here. Cena's like, no, you ain't going to beat me. All right. He got really fat during his last WWE run, says Draven G, talking about Rey Mysterio. What do you think about the CM Punk and UFC? Watch my CM Punk, watch my UFC review, Ruben. I'm not going to talk about that here. That's not a wrestling question. Joe James, why did Kalisto fall? I think that the promo at the draft really liked his chance at the Raid 2.0. There's still a chance, but nothing looking good right now. Kalisto is actually injured with a back injury. So that's why he's kind of fallen off, because they're not going to give up on Kalisto. Let's be real here, Joe James. He has a mask on. Why would they give up on someone that can sell them merchandise? WWE loves their merch. Ideal for a heel turn. He is an IWC darling, loved by them. And when he turns heel, he changes his moveset. Instead of a spot monkey, he does average moves to piss off the fans who know he is doing it on purpose. Then fans would kind of get behind that straight shooter. You know, isn't that what like Broken Matt's doing with Brother Nero and Brother Nero's over? Just saying. Ray versus Puma was pretty good, but it could have been better. Yeah, like I said, Rey Mysterio can't keep up with Ricochet anymore. Like, if this was Rey Mysterio like 5 years ago even, probably, yeah. But Rey Mysterio now, you know, him and Ricochet. It's like I saw that AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio match. Like, I checked it out. And it was just kind of this, and that's why I was like kind of afraid of AJ Styles coming to the WWE, because, like, honestly, minus his Nakamura, like, minus his New Japan stuff, AJ Styles wasn't really wrestling a lot of guys that were pretty good in outside of New Japan in ROH. Like, he was kind of wrestling like average dudes, minus like the few Christopher Daniels one last match ever on these indie shows. So it's kind of like when I was watching AJ Styles, I was like, oh god, AJ's not looking good. And then that Ray versus AJ match, I was like, oh god. I mean, it's not bad, but you would expect at least, like, you know, better. You know, you were at least expecting, like, this is going to be a lot better than you thought it was. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as Rey Mysterio versus Mystico. That one CMLL show. I swear, the WWE, they broke Mystico. That guy's botching all over the place now. I feel bad, too, because go watch old Mystico, you'd be like, shit, dude, whatever happened to this guy? He's one of those guys, like, Mystico's like the perfect example, like, if you watch college football, of a college guy who was really good, and then, like, in the NFL, they just suck. That's Mystico. I don't know what the hell happened to him. But, yeah, no, Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles, oh, disappointing, man. Flaming Gaming TV says Triple H is going to face a golden child every year at Mania. Exactly. Flaming Gaming TV, you get it. You get it. Thank you, Flaming Gaming TV. Someone gets the golden children. Yeah, you tell them straight, sure there'll never be another Breakfast Club. American Alpha deserves a title shot. They'll get one eventually. How much love does the Silver Children get? The Silver Children, they ain't like the Golden Children because, like, you're not going to really make the dollar signs. Maybe Shinsuke, because, like, right now there's only 2 Silver Children, and we already know who they are, and we already know who got exempt from the Silver Children list. As I said before, no, Sasha and Bailey are not the Silver Children's, are not in the Silver Children. They are Charlotte's bitches. So that way, Charlotte doesn't get too much heat. She can just put the title on one of these 2 idiots, and then later on, she can win it back, and it's like, oh, LOL, Charlotte wins. Silver Children right now are Alexa Bliss, and I'm feeling very confident with that one, especially after watching SmackDown, and Shinsuke. Those are the only 2 Silver Children. There's 3 spots available left. Samoa Joe is off the list. Too old, really, to be honest. Bobby Roode's off the list. You know, those are guys that are not like Triple H guys. You know, they're just more like, you know, I like them, but, you know, I'm not going to, like, protect them like I would these other 2. So, I mean, because Triple H loves Alexa Bliss, man. Like, taking pictures with her and everything like that. Jay Walker says, it's good Rey Mysterio got jacked. Most of these indie guys need to do the same or at least hit the gym more. That requires them to spend money. That requires them to spend money. They don't want to spend money. Sabre is a guy that needs to buff up like a guy like Rollins. It's not being a steroid. It's just he's lanky and weird as fuck body shape. Yep. Cruiserweights are back. Rhino's the champion on SmackDown. Backlash and No Mercy are pay-per-views. Good God, we're living in 2002. Yeah. But it's not as good as 2002. Does Gargano and Ciampa's theme sound like something out of Sonic the Hedgehog game? No, not really. What is a bigger dream match? Sting versus Taker or AJ versus HBK? Oh, Sting versus Taker. Not even close. No offense to AJ Styles and HBK. Will tear the house down. But Sting versus Taker? I don't know about that. New additions to the Silver Children. The Revival and No Way Jose. Oh, I like the Revival. That's a good choice there. Blame Gaming TV. The Revival are a good choice because American Alpha, you know they're not Silver Children. Let's be real here. They're nice and spunky, but they're not Silver Children material. But a Revival. I like that choice. No Way Jose. I don't know. I don't see any Triple H bookings in him yet. But the Revival, I can see the Triple H bookings, but they'll count as one spot. So we have a new addition to the Silver Children. Alexa Bliss, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the Revival. We still need 2 more spots for those Silver Children. What up, DT? How are you, my friend? The title in the WWE is all the same. It sucks. Yeah, it's called laziness. But the WWE, they don't want to make anything new. I'll do that. I mean, they just gave the title to, like, Baby John Cena over here. Was homeless, guys. Feel sorry for me. Fucking TJ Perkins. Who would have thought Manic would be world champ? Manic, everybody. Good for him. Cruiserweight champ. The Alpha are in the Bronze Children. Draven G, there's no Bronze Children because God doesn't fuck with bronze. Yes, playing Gaming TV, I will be watching The Bound for Glory this year. So I will review it too. So it just depends on work schedule, to be honest. Like if I have that Sunday off, because I work 2 jobs now, guys. Like it's pretty crazy now. I have to work 2 jobs. I have to pick up a second job just to pay off some more bills and stuff like that. It's only a seasonal thing too. And plus, like with my other job, once I wait a year, I can get a pay raise. So like once that pay raise gets in effect, I won't have to work 2 jobs because at my old job, I was putting in a lot more money because I was a cook. And so when you're a cook, you get a little bit more money than normal people, than like the servers or like the hostesses and the hosts and the to-go people. So like, once that job went under, all of a sudden, I had to find a new job, and I found my new job. But the problem was, like, when the new job first started, it was like the summertime, and I work at a movie theater now. And so when the movies were coming in during the summertime, you got more hours because it was like, oh, well, we need you at these days and stuff like that, because that's our busiest time of the year. Now it's fall time. Everyone's back in school. Everyone's kind of done with summer vacation and everything like that, unless you're old and retired and stuff like that. Not really going to the movies all that much unless you're just someone that just doesn't have a job or anything like that. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like kind of like, yeah, go fuck, you know what I'm saying? So like hours got cut. And normally I can make do with the hours. Like I could make do with the current paycheck and everything like that. But it was just that for the situation that I'm in currently right now, trying to make some payments and everything like that, I was like, yeah, the second job is kind of needed. So I just needed something for the seasonal. I need some extra money to save up for college. Got to get my marketing degree now. One degree ain't good enough in these days. Got to get a second one. Fuck me. I chose like the worst degree ever, journalism. What was I thinking? I could get some journalism jobs, but inside source told me a marketing degree would really help me out. So got to get back for that. So I'm off the financial aid too. I can't rely on those motherfuckers anymore. I mean, I could, but it's just kind of like, they don't really treat you nice over there at my college, CLU. They don't treat you nice, financial aid and everything like that. So, yeah. Another question. Thoughts on the new Grand Championship? I actually talked about it more in my TNA review, Playing Gaming TV. I like the belt itself. It looks cool. I just don't like the concept. If I want to watch MMA fights, I would watch MMA fights. Silver Child Edition, Dana Brooke, maybe. Only one diva or women's wrestler in every child group. Dana Brooke is not a Silver Child. Get real here. There's no Triple H booking in her. Triple H don't buck with bronze. He's above it. Exactly. Could Dana Brooke or Nia Jax be added to the Silver Children? Only one woman in every child bracket. I possibly say also Paige Silver, maybe not anymore after she fucked someone God looks down upon Del Rio. But once upon a time, Paige Silver Child. Once upon a time, Paige was almost at Golden Child rank because she was getting some Triple H-esque bookings over there. But, she decided to go with Poppy. And so, yeah. All right, Playing Gaming TV, have fun with your recordings, man. Yeah, Straight Shooter, I have to get it because some guy, inside source, told me, hey, you want to enter into sports broadcasting world. I was like, yeah. And then he's all like, no, what would really help you out is a marketing degree. And then he broke down why I should get a marketing degree. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't have to do two more years of school. So it's not like, oh, no. Like, I already have my journalism degree. But, like, the thing is, like I said, my choices, especially with the payments I have to make every month, it's like, so I should go intern somewhere for a year and maybe I'll get the gig, maybe I won't, drive and also commute to LA. Like, I think people don't understand, like, living in California. And, like, I don't live far from LA. Like, everyone, like, when I say, oh yeah, I'm in California, I say I'm from Los Angeles, but I'm 30 minutes away from the main city. I live in, like, the redneck, like, Happyville land of, California. And really, to be honest, there's no internships here in this area that are worth a damn to kind of go to, because if I do go to them, it's going to be long days and $0. Zero. I need money. Like, I can't be working with $0. Like, don't get me wrong, it's something that I love and passionate about and everything like that. But like, the thing is like, it's like with YouTube, it's a hobby. I do this for fun and everything like that. But at least I see something at the end of it, like I get like 2 cents every video or something. That's cool. But with the internship, it's like, oh yeah, work here for a year and maybe you'll get the job, maybe you won't. And guess what? Fuck you, dude. If we don't hire you, you got to go find somewhere else. And then guess what? If my internship was not good enough, guess where they're going to send me? Do another internship. So it's like just something that's just not like worth it right now. So that's why I'm like, we're just working like regular part-time gig. Like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you're going to enter a degree and it's something that you love and everything like that, make sure you know where you're going afterwards, and don't be like Chase. Don't be like Chase and be an idiot and not decide where the fuck you're going to go. Because I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to do great. Everyone likes to say, "Oh, Chase, you're so lucky. You get carrot. You have charisma. Your dumbass is going to succeed." It's like, I know. Somewhat success. I mean, I can write for a newspaper, but writing for the newspaper is just as amount of the money that I get while working at my current job. So I like my current job, and I like the perks I get with that more than I do the other job. So yeah, I just help out every once in a while. I take pictures, so I go like, have a good camera eye, good photo eye over here. You know, this eye is my worst eye. Why are most of WWE's top guys cruiserweights these days? Is WWE turning to an indie fed? Yes, Red Wolf, it is. What's next? Are they going to be in high school gym and in a decade from now wrestling in front of 850 people? I wouldn't be surprised if WWE goes down that route eventually, and they'll like tie in some bullshit like, oh, WWE going to local high school gyms and stuff like that. And they say it's a great way to affect a community of people who would never get to see the WWE superstars in their hometowns, because not everyone has an arena. And I'll just be sitting there smirking, being like, oh yeah, they're in financial trouble. Draven G, I would say silver for a Paul, but recently his booking has me changing my mind. Exactly. Don't say Baron Corbin. He's not a silver child. Let's be real here. Although he does, because like he doesn't have Triple H bookings, but I feel like he's more of a Vince McMahon pet project. How is winning a championship in wrestling that they know who goes over? Well, you plan out who wins. That's a great question. That's like some mind-bending shit there, Papa Anakin. Some mind-bending shit. How's winning a championship in wrestling if they know who goes over? Well, you kind of have to go out there and perform the deed, right? So, yeah. Corbin has been getting bald. He's always had that weird bald spot. That's why he wets his hair to no end, so no one can see his, like, terrible bald spot. How is it an accomplishment if they know who goes over? Oh, I guess it's more of like it's just more of like a, how could I say it? It just looks good type of thing. You know, it just kind of looks good. It makes the wrestlers feel more important. You know, it's just like you add like an accomplishment, like, oh, you did it. Good job, man. You won this title and stuff like that. It's kind of like, oh, you worked hard, or oh, you did this. It's like almost winning like employee of the month at your job or something. Like, hey, man, thanks for good work. Extra money and stuff like that. So I think that's what it's more for. Like if you win a championship, it's like more of like, oh, you have a little bit more prestige than most guys. You get bigger paychecks and everything like that. So it's kind of like winning employee of the month at your job or something. So that's what I would say. Corbin, Care Bear, and Big Cass are the pet projects. Oh, yes. Like that. So we have the Vince pet projects now. We have Golden Children, Silver Tree Children, and the pet projects. Yeah, that's what I could guess to say Papa Anakin, why they're considered accomplishments. It's like kind of just winning employee of the month. Except sometimes you get to keep it for many, many months or whatever. Like you're just like, oh, this guy exceeds everything. He's always going to be employee of the month. Actually, recently, so at the movie theater I work at, I won employee of the month, like for July. And underneath our name tags, we have to put like our favorite movie and stuff like that. Currently, my favorite movie I put was Creed and stuff like that. And I was going to change my favorite movie just to be a dick to employee of the month. But then I said, the people that I work with actually like me still. So, yeah. Straight Shooter asks, worst championship victory? Mine is Hornswoggle winning the Cruiserweight Championship in 07 and Jericho with the Undisputed Championship in 01. I would say Abyss beating Sting for the NWA Championship via DQ. Like, I'm a big Abyss fan, but it was just like, really? He couldn't even beat Sting clean? he had to he had to win by via DQ. Oh. Yeah, Garbage Man got buried with the RKO. It was the greatest thing ever. I was marking the fuck out. Almost woke up my mom because like, yes, fuck it. I was like screaming. You guys don't understand my hatred for Garbage Man. It's literally at an all-time high. I could probably see Nia being a pet project. Maybe on Nia Jax. I mean, she does get the squash matches, but I don't know if she's really a pet project. Orton is God. Orton's the only reason why SD's great next to AJ Styles. Please just know, I was watching Raw the other day with my dad, who hasn't watched wrestling since 2001, and he was like, "Oh my God, who's the fat guy? Is he the #1 champion?" I laughed. That's great. Who's the fat? Dude, that's like the thing is like, if you're a wrestling fan, you like Kevin Owens because you've been watching wrestling for so long. You're like, yeah. But if you're someone who doesn't watch wrestling, it's so hard to get behind Kevin Owens. You just see this fat guy waddle around, and he's just like, oh. Yeah, I know. Straight shooter. I know what the movie Employee of the Month is. I was going to put it on there because I knew it's a movie. I've seen the movie before. But Felicia, no, this is actually a story I've told before. One time before SummerSlam 2011, I was buying some like wrestling trading cards because my friend and I were just so geeked out. We were going to SummerSlam. So we bought the wrestling trading cards, and the guy's like, "Oh, wrestling? I used to watch that back in the day." I'm like, "Oh, really? Cool. Who are your favorite wrestlers?" And we were kind of talking. He's like, "Hey, who are the world champions right now?" So I explained to him that John Cena and CM Punk were like the 2 WWE champions. And he's like, "I remember Cena. He was a cool guy." And I heard a little bit about CM Punk, but I don't know much about him. But from what I know, he's pretty good. And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, and on SmackDown, the world heavyweight champion is Christian." And he literally stops what he's doing, stops ringing me up, and he's like pondering. He goes, "Christian? Edge's tag team partner?" And then he continues what he's doing. He's like, "Man, this company went to shit." I just started laughing. Oh. Kevin Owens is here to bring about change. Trump or Hillary? Neither. This is not political. I don't answer politic questions on here. I wonder what group Oscar will fall in. She's an interesting case. Marvin Slicen seems like a big TJ Perkins fan. Happy that your boy won the Cruiserweight Championship. Or that's like Cruiserweight or World Heavyweight. I don't know. Orton greater than Christian. All right. I just felt they did Christian dirty after he wins the title. It's like 2 days later. Fuck you. All right. Any more questions for me? Let me just check something on Twitter. See what the Twitter is saying. I always love seeing what Twitter says. We got the rest of our lives and the rest of our lives. I swear, dude. Like when you start playing like the sports video games, like the theme songs get stuck in your head, man. So like all the Madden 17 songs are just playing in my freaking head. Side note, not wrestling note. Favorite Madden 17 songs right now. I love "Catch Me" by Yellow Cluck Squatch. Oh my god! Every time that song plays, I just start like dancing. "Can You Hear Me Now" by 303H. Like, oh my god, I just love that song right now. They have this Blake Shelton song that's pretty hilarious that I just like listening to. And then like ASAP Rocky has a song like called "Rings," and it's like actually pretty good. And then that song that I was just singing right now, I forgot the name of it, but that's pretty good. I'm excited for 2K tomorrow. Oh, dude. Played the prelude. Man, 2K got better. It's finally like a lot better to like, because last year 2K16 you couldn't even drive to the rim. Now you can do it. TJP will break it knee bar. Oh, I don't want TJ Perkins. All right, let's see. How big is Batista's dick? I don't know. That's Melina. The only people that I think did not deserve the world title is Great Khali and Chris Jericho. I agree with you on one of them. Chris Jericho, I don't know about. I like Jericho. I'm not like you, straight shooter. I'm not a Chris Jericho hater. I like Chris Jericho, one of my favorites. Moose and Heathens is my favorite song. Oh, I like Moose. Moose is cool for TNA right now. And Heathens, all my friends are heathens and it's slow. I'm getting the Flow Rider song that was played on SummerSlam and Madden 17. Oh, and also Giants. Giants, Giants. That song too. Who's on with me? Who's on with me? Like, yeah, dude, oh god. Alexa Bliss cosplaying as Harley Quinn is gay, lame, and nerdy. She's obviously trying to appeal to neckbeards and virgin comic book nerds. I don't know. I'm growing out my beard. Am I considered a neck beard? I'm just growing out the beard because I couldn't grow out a beard when I was younger. Now I'm just like in that phase of my life where it's like I just want to grow a beard. So I just want to see what it is. Alexa Sexy Bliss, Bliss Day. I think she's cute for sure. As SD Live will put a new championship because of Raw's Cruiserweight, give it 2 months. Marvin, I'm pretty sure we will. Slap nuts 2000. We need more badasses in wrestling. I'm sick and tired of these average-looking guys as world champions. I think AJ Styles is decent. He passes a little bit. Kevin Owens to some degree. Shinsuke is kind of suspect sometimes with this dancing. Like, I could totally see my friends like when they if like Shinsuke's wrestling at WrestleMania, they just see this guy come out. They're like, "Fuck!" Like I really showed my friend Finn Balor's entrance, like his paint entrance and stuff like that. So, but what's it called? What's it called? Because like I just wanted to show him to see if he thought it was cool, and it was like the NXT show, like the first time he put on the paint. And so my friend, he literally looked at it and he's just like, and he saw the Ascension's reaction. He's like, "That's my reaction right now. I don't know why these people are cheering." He's like, I don't know, Chase. I don't really like that reaction right there. Then you're gay if you like comics. Oh, I like comics, so I guess I'm considered gay, I guess. I don't know if I'm gay. Like, I'm not like a big comic book nerd, but I do like Spider-Man. So, yeah, Maurice is sexy. Or WWE TV Championship or Hardcore Championship or SD Live. No TV title, no Hardcore title. Like, I swear to God, the Hardcore Mayhem in December. Oh, we'll get all these CZW shitheads and we'll have them do wrestling shit. Like, I don't need a Hardcore title. Especially if hardcore matches are just going to be lame anyways. Why would I want a hardcore title? The TV title, it would be a waste. It's like, oh, we have a TV title. How does that scream new era? How does that scream change? It seems like you're going backwards with the TV title. It can only be dependent on television. How big is Orton's dick? I don't know. Ask his wife. Tweet her. I think it's like at Kimmery RKO or something like that. Just tweet her. How big is Orton's dick? Pretty sure she can answer that. I've never seen Orton's dick. I'm assuming it's pretty big because of the raging ring boner that he has, but what would be the corniest gimmick would you come up with? What do you mean corniest? Gimmick match? Oh. I don't know. Vince Russo has kind of beat me to all the corniest gimmick matches. What if it's like a TNA's X Division Championship or SD Live? I don't know, Marvin. Do you think it's a good idea for them to have the SmackDown X Championship? No, I don't. You sure it's a ring boner or just a big dick? Oh, no, it's a ring boner. It's always up there. I mean, Papa Anakin, you're a guy. You know, when your dick's always up there, it's a ring boner. Dicks go like this. When you have boner, it goes like this. I don't know how we got to this point, but it's insane. Anyways, I think that's a good time to wrap up this Cruiserweight Final Classic Finals review. We end off the Q&A with Randy Orton's dick. On my channel, right? You guys like what you saw? Comment down below or hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a thumbs up. Have you guys a good time. Have yourself a good night. I'll see you guys in the near future. When will be the near future? Who the fuck knows? Have a good one, guys.